Here we go, man. Here we go. Well, it's not quite here we go yet, but Marc Guehi is getting ever closer to joining Manchester City. And this is a big move for them. This is a power move for them because they want to track down Arsenal. They want to win their Premier League title back from the clutches of Liverpool. And they've got defensive problems. They've got a lot of problems. You know, Gavardio, Stones, these types of guys, Diaz. These are big players for Manchester City, and they've got no consistency back. They've got the young kid, Eliane, I think is how you say his name, and of course, Kashanov. That's not going to be good enough. They've got Ake at left back right now, and obviously Mateus Nunes the whole time. So Man City are making moves, and Marc Guehi looks like he's going to go City, which obviously massively strengthens them. He walks straight in, he starts. When everyone's back fit for Marc Guehi, what does that look like? Just more options for Pep. But we're seeing again, when Man City sees an opportunity and they smell that there's a chance of getting something done in January, they spend. They spend. Last year, they spent like 180 million / 200 million on the signings that they brought in. Big money. Big money. Started the rebuild early, okay, into this year. In the summer, they went with 8 Nuri. They went with Shirky. They went with Reinders as the main guys. Then it gets to the January transfer window. Big money move, Semenyo. Started like a house on fire. And now, Marc Guehi. They ain't playing, bro. They ain't playing. Now, this feeds into the thing of Pep being the checkbook manager. And, you know, these are the things that we use to discredit Pep. I do as a United fan. I do it all the time. But, hey, the clubs that he's been at got money. What's he supposed to do? Not spend it? You see what I'm saying? I know you try and find a solution from within. He is half doing that, really. He is. He's playing the young kid Elaine. He's playing Kashanov, who's young, who they did buy, to be fair. You know, he found a solution with Nico O'Reilly. He's from the academy. Do you know what I mean? So there are times where he does play young players as well. But it is Man City doing what Man City do best, which is spend money to find solutions and attract the best players. And let's have it right about Marc Guehi. He's one of the best centre-backs in the league. He's very experienced. He's Crystal Palace captain. And in terms of the price, let's be real, people. In terms of the price, he's cheap. I don't think Romano has actually put out how much he's going to cost. He's just put that Man City advancing Guehi deal as big approach has been made in the last 12 hours. Man City presented important proposal to Guehi in terms of contract, eventually ready to proceed also with Palace. So he's saying that there's a big approach coming. So we don't know how much, but you know, from my memory, Guehi was available for about, 35 million pounds in the summer. Very, very close to going to Liverpool within a whisker. It got snatched away from him. And now you're looking at Palace going, well, you need to sell if you want to get something out of this player who it would be a shame to let someone go as good as Marc Guehi for free. So how much are we looking for? 25 million? 25 million would Marc Guehi cost about that? 25 million? That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. I think 25 million, maybe 20 million. Who knows? Because there's only 6 months left on his deal. So they're trying to act now. And I think the clubs from the Premier League will want to act now because obviously the foreign clubs can come in and get a pre-contract with him now. From Marc Guehi's perspective, I've been umming and ahhing whether it's the best thing for him to actually make this move. Now, one, he's obviously going to, you know, Pep Guardiola, who's a world-class manager, top manager. We don't need to get into how good Pep Guardiola is. It's the chance to play there. Manchester City compete for titles and trophies every single year, pretty much. Even if they fall short, they're in there. I know last season was a bit of an anomaly for them being trophyless, but you know they went through a bit of a transition. But the likeliness of them, you know, being in competitions to the late, you know what I mean, stages. They got to the FA Cup final, lost against Marc Guehi's Palace. It happens. But from that perspective, he's going to be competing for trophies. Obviously, big wages, nice contract, all of that stuff. But in terms of when everybody's back fit, when Ruben Diaz gets back fit, when Gavardio gets back fit, when Stones gets back fit, even though it's kind of the end of Stones, he's always injured, to be fair. What does it look like for Marc Guehi then? But actually, he'll back himself to go there and play pretty much every game. You know what I'm saying? Ake ain't going to play. I think he'd probably maybe even play over Gavardio. Gavardio might go back to left back. You don't know. Nico O'Reilly obviously is there at left back, but injured at the minute. So you just don't know how it's going to go. So will he play all the games leading up to the England team in the World Cup? Probably. But it could look interesting. At least with Palace, it was unquestionable. even if he went to Liverpool, would he 100% get in over Konate every single game? You'd argue yes, he's more steady than Konate, but you just don't know. You just don't know. So he's got to think about that. And also, if he waited, the signing on fee he could get in the summer would be a lot bigger, and his choice of options would be a lot bigger because he'd be a free agent. But we know Marc Guehi, and he's not motivated by the financial factor, I don't think, personally. From what we see from the guy, listen, amazing attitude. He's a God-fearing man. I don't feel like money is his main motivation. I think he'll go where he thinks is best for his career. And, it could be City, 100%. He'll be absolutely fine at City. It's a top sign. Marc Guehi is a top signing for anyone who gets him, especially for the price you're going to get him for now. Anyone would take Marc Guehi right now. Apart from Arsenal don't, they don't need him. They wouldn't probably take. They'd take him, but he wouldn't start. Obviously, Tottenham, United, Liverpool, City. He goes at Chelsea, all of the teams. And then across Europe, Real Madrid love a freebie at centre-back. You know what I'm saying? Rudiger's getting on a little bit. There's a lot going on there. They've got young guys there, same at Barca. So, yeah, there'll be loads of options for him in the summer. Bayern, but, because he's better than Upamecano, he's better than Kim Min-jae and all that. So, he's got options, but it looks like he's going to choose this. Is there going to be a late twist? Are we going to see Liverpool come out from the shadows? Are we going to see them sort of say, we need to get there, we need to get involved, we need to try and prize him away and try and, revisit what we did in the summer? Liverpool don't seem to be there. Is there going to be something where Marc Guehi ends up staying and the move collapses? Who knows? With what happened with the Liverpool move in the summer, you just don't know. But I can't see it collapsing because Palace put a stop to it, because like Glasner's already said, this is a player that, he's in the last 6 months of his contract now, so they're going to have to find a solution if they want to get something for the player. Glasner's out in the end of the season as well, and Palace have gone a little bit mute in terms of some of their performances, even though they asked it in Europe. So, it's a good move. It's a top move. But City, what about that? What about that statement of intent to go? Because they got Arsenal in their sights. Listen, Arsenal aren't going to be scared because Man City signed Marc Guehi, nor should they be. But again, it just shows how serious City always remain in terms of getting back. They've been out of the Champions League, out of winning the league for 1 year. Arne Slot took their title. And now they're like, 6 points behind Arsenal, 7 points, whatever it is. And they're like, we have to make sure we claw this back. We can't mess about. Our centre-backs are injured. Go and act now. We're not going to get a better opportunity to get Premier League proven, experience, a captain from another club, international experience player. I mean, not Kushanov, I can't remember how you said it, Elaine, how you say the other kid's name. Like, none of that. Proper man. Go and get Semenyo, go and get Guehi. What a statement of intent. And what a statement it is to Arsenal to say, we're not going away. We are coming. Do you know what I'm saying? Not Arsenal should be scared. Because City, they've still got teething problems. But the intent is there. Marc Guehi to Man City. Let's see if this goes through. Let's see what happens in the coming days. / last couple of weeks of the window, and see if this move gets done. Let me know what you're saying. Neutrals, is this a good move for Marc Guehi, or should he have stayed at Palace at the end of the season, assess his options? Man City fans, let me know what you guys are saying. Now you got Semenyo, and if you get Guehi, is that you guys hunting down Arsenal? Arsenal fans, let me know. Are you like, don't care about these guys, get who you want, we're the Arsenal? Let me know. I'm out of it. Smash a like while you're here as well, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace.